So make sure you guys stick around because later we're also going to go through the entire courtside report. And we might have, I guess we would call it a special guest pulling up as well, man. So I'm super excited for all of what's about to happen during this stream. I'm super excited. I know y'all are too.
All right, let's run this trailer, Stacks.
Woo-wee. Let's get it, baby. All right. There it is, the gameplay. But Evan, we're gonna get to that in a second. I feel like I seen something at the end, the very end of that trailer that talked about something about an early tip-off. What is that exactly? Like, help us out, man. The chat wants to know. I'm pretty sure they saw it too.
Yep, I see you all talking about it already. You did see it at the end of the trailer there. We are excited to announce early tip-off for NBA 2K25. We have been patiently waiting to be able to tell you about this. So the way it works is if you purchase NBA 2K25 before September 6th, you can play up to 2 days early on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One, and PC. And if you have already pre-ordered NBA 2K25 on those compatible platforms, you will automatically receive early tip-off, and it is applicable to all editions of the game, as you can see there on your screen. So again, if you pre-order NBA 2K25 before September 6th on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, you can play it up to 2 days early from September 4th.
That's tough. That's tough.
What y'all doing, chat, y'all?
I didn't even know nothing about that. I just happened to see that at the end of the trailer. What's going on? But now that's cool, man. We got that early tip off. That's super fire. But I think we're gonna be talking about the courtside report, and we definitely want to talk about what we just saw in the gameplay.
Yeah, you know what? Because we just talked about early tip-off, why don't we run that gameplay trailer one more time before we get into all the details with the Courtside Report blog and all the gameplay, the new features for this year. So let's run that trailer one more time, especially if people are just tuning in now.
There go Bronny, chat. There go Bronny.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See, this is what I'm talking about, Evan. This right here is what I'm talking about. Super excited. We've seen a bunch of stuff in the trailer that we're gonna go over in the courtside report as well. But I just want to point out, I seen Bronny in the trailer.
Of course,
kind of cold,
got Bronny in that
celebrating
thing.
LeBron. That was probably, for me at least, one of the biggest highlights of the trailer. What was your favorite part of it?
You can't take mine. That's what I was gonna say, Stacks. And that is what the chat is saying.
And
as
I
well.
knew
I
it.
see them saying Bronny lobbing it up to LeBron. They saw that as well at the end. So yes, we did get to include it. You can see his face scan and all. Looks very awesome. But I think everybody wants to know even more about gameplay, right? Everybody's saying, "Oh, you only showed a trailer." Well, we do have more. Don't worry. It is that time of year where we know all of you want to hear from Mike Wang. So, Stacks, do you know where Mike is right now?
Mike is back, baby.
I actually
He has
don't. I'm
returned.
gonna
He
go
made
check
his first
Twitter right
post
quick
on
to see
Twitter.
if,
He's back.
Mike is available.
It's time.
What am I doing, man? I forgot. I got the button. I got the special button. All I gotta do is hit the button. Hold on. Let me. Bam. There you go. Woo.
Hey, Mike.
What's up, Mike?
Yes, sir.
Thanks so much.
Mike, how are you, man? For the people that don't know, and come on, how can you know? Mike is our gameplay director for NBA 2K. Mike, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Thanks so much for having me on stream. I'm going to be on very often, so it's cool.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The content team is our dev team is working hard on 2K25. We're still putting finishing touches on it, but we're super excited to finally get to show some of that off today.
Yep, we are as well. So we were told for this year's Courtside Reports, you actually talked to Alexis and LD2K recently about what everyone can expect in NBA 2K25. So what was that like, and how does it feel to finally be able to share some of the awesome stuff you and the team have been working on for the past year?
Well, it feels great. I mean, like days like today and launch day are two of our favorite days of the year because, you know, the dev team, we're in our little dev cave, heads down, working hard on the game all year long. And today is the day we finally get to show it off to the fans and get to hear feedback. And so it's super exciting for us. But like you said, you know, myself and a few other devs, we talked to Alexis and Chris on doing some Courtside Report videos. So we get to talk about, you know, all the stuff that's coming out and different areas of the game. So yeah, super excited to see how people like the news that's coming out.
Sounds good. Producers, I see the chat saying the music is too loud. They can't hear Mike. So let's tune that down a little bit. But yeah, no, it's awesome to hear. Stacks?
Mike, man, I know the people want to know this. And by people, I also include myself. What was your favorite new gameplay feature this year from the video?
Oh man, that one's really hard. I feel like this year it's been one of the most exciting year-over-year upgrades in gameplay that we've had in a long time. But I'm going to have two things. Can I say two things?
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Go for it.
My two things are going to be the new dribble engine, which we're excited to talk about and show fans.
Yeah, we would definitely want to hear about that new dribble
The
engine.
second one is going to be rhythm shooting. So I won't say too much about it right now, but it's a fun way to play the game.
Okay.
All right. Well, I can't
New
wait to see it.
dribble
We're
engine.
about to talk more about all that, and I'm sure the chat cannot wait either. Before we let you go, you know, everyone is going to have so many things they want to ask you about every year, Mike. Are you going to be around answering questions as always?
Yep, as always, Ronnie let me
Yo,
out of
Rio, what's the
social media
word?
prison today. I saw, so I'll be on X and Reddit and all over the place. And also, I think we're going to do some new stuff on Discord.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So right after the show, we're going to be opening up Discord questions on our official NBA 2K Discord, which you should have joined already. Let's be real. Why haven't you joined already? So if you haven't, there go the link right there, discord.gg/NBA2K. We're going to be opening up a channel on there for you guys to ask some questions, submit some questions about gameplay, and maybe Mike will be able to answer some of your questions. So make sure you come with them banger questions, man. Don't waste his time.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait to hear all the questions and looking forward to answering as many as I can. Shout out to the gameplay team real quick. All the engineers, all the producers, the game analysts have been working hard all year long to put this game together. So we're excited for you all to see it. Get your questions out there. I know there's going to be a lot of questions, and I gotta get back to work. I know we're still got a couple weeks before launch, and we're still putting the finishing touches on 2K25. So thanks for having me, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.
All right,
Thanks for
Mike.
taking the time to stop by, Mike. And we will see you next time. And then hopefully everybody's going to get to see you during some of those Q&As. Before we go into the courtside
Sure.
report, we do want to say everybody in the chat asking about things like my team and my career. That is going to come later. Today is all about gameplay and pro play on New Gen. So my career, my team, stick around in a couple weeks. That's not ready just yet. But for now, let's share the courtside report.
Yes, sir. By the way, you don't think Mike was mad at his pressed that button and brought him here, do you?
I think he'll be fine. Like you said, I saw Ronnie let him out of social jail this morning.
Yeah.
Welcome to our first NBA 2K25 courtside report. Today we'll be talking about gameplay, which is powered by ProPlay. I'm Alexis Morgan, and joining me today is gameplay director for NBA 2K25, Mike Wang. Mike, what's going on?
Oh, it's great to be here, Alexis. So ProPlay is an exciting new technology that we introduced last year, and it allows us to take real NBA footage and translate that directly to the on-court gameplay. So it brings a whole new level of realism and authenticity to the gameplay experience.
So what can you tell us about the new dribble engine in NBA 2K25?
This is one of the most amazing upgrades that we've had to our engine, probably in 15 years. So this is a new dribble engine built from the ground up that takes basically all of these ProPlay animations that we have, over 1,500 animations, and it dynamically creates all of the movement and all the transitions that you need to make the dribble move exactly the way you want it to move. We've added 9,000 new ProPlay animations to the game this year. A lot of them are shots, signature shots. So nearly every player in the league now has a signature shot. One of the cool things that we added was this feature called signature go-to shots. So if you remember in 2K24, you could flick the right stick up and you could do a little size-up sequence to get open, right? In 2K25, if you hold the right stick up, you can do a size-up sequence that branches directly into your jump shot. So it's a nice way to get open and get some shots off.
Let's say a player wants to recreate moves from their favorite NBA superstar. How does Pro Stick Rhythm Shooting do that?
Yeah, so Pro Stick Rhythm Shooting is probably one of my favorite features of the game because it's just a new way to play, a new way to shoot. So in the past, it's always been the same, right? You hold a button down, release it to get your shot off. With Pro Stick Rhythm Shooting, what you want to do is you want to try and match the rhythm of the player's shot. So you pull the right stick down, and when he gets to his set point, you push the right stick up in rhythm with how he shoots in real life. So if you master rhythm shooting, you can actually be much better than someone who's a traditional, regular button shooting. If you're, just want to play casually, you're just picking up the game for the first time, put it on low, put it on real player percentage, and just try to take good shots. And as you get better at the game and kind of master your timing, bump it up to high, and you're going to see that you're going to perform way better than you did with the other profiles. There's a new shot canceling feature. So what it allows you to do is to break out of any advanced shot. And just like the go-to shots we talked about, the signature go-to shots, you can break out at any time. So if you start one, you're holding the stick up, and then you see the defense collapse, or you see an opening, you can flick the right stick to do another move, to like chain out of it, or you can just throw the left stick and take a lay into the basket. It's like a way more robust hesitation feature.
Mike, you know the saying, offense wins games, but defense wins championships. So what does this mean in NBA 2K25?
Well, yeah, defense is a huge part of the game. It's something that's people don't always look at as being the coolest part of the game, but it's the most important part, I think, to win games. So, there's a number of new defensive mechanics and upgrades to this year's system. One of my favorites is one we're calling the defensive movement system. And so if you're holding down the intense D trigger, you can slide left and right laterally or forward and back even, and you can cut off the ball handler. And if you can anticipate well and you do it at the right time, you can cause them to lose their dribble or pick up their dribble. if you're the on-ball, lockdown defender kind of guy, then that's the thing you want to master.
How can players level up and get that win in NBA 2K25?
Well, 2K25 this year is all about personalization and customization and accessibility. So whether you want to take on some of the new stuff we talked about, the advanced rhythm shooting mechanic, or if you're less familiar with 2K, there's a new feature called Learn 2K off the main menu where you can jump in, and whether you're a novice at the game or you've been playing for years, there's something for you to learn. There's a basic tutorial, advanced tutorials, controller mappings, there's mini games and drills and all kinds of just different ways to practice, learn plays, everything. So if you want to learn the game and get better at 2K, it's the first place you should go.
Thank you so much, Mike, for joining us today and talking through all of the new 2K25 gameplay features. I'm so excited to see how Pro Play is evolving.
Well, thanks so much for having me, Alexis. And I want to give a big shout out and thank you to the 2K community. It's your feedback that helps us shape the game to be what it is today.
Okay, so I'm either that 2K that Learn 2K replace 2KU, or it's just
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
2K
Shout out
is
to Mike,
revamped,
man,
I'm
for
pretty
coming
sure it's just
through,
revamped.
dropping gems on us, man. We appreciate Mike. But we also have the courtside report, and I just want to know more about what's going on. You feel me? I heard NBA 2K25 is all about personalization, customization, and accessibility. So, Evan, I heard you got the answers. Share the answers.
I
with
got
the
some
rest
of
the
them.
class,
Not all.
Evan. Come on, man.
I got some answers. But yes, those items were a big focus for the dev team this year, and we are going to take you through the highlights of the blog courtside report, which is also from our very own Mike Wang. So this is going to include some more details we know you all will be interested in particular. And just remember, again, as I keep saying it, this gameplay courtside report is about NBA 2K25 on new gen, which is for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. But with that said, let's pull up the webpage just so everybody knows what we're talking about. This is literally something you can go read yourself as well. But we want to kind of take you through the highlights before you do. And then once we do, you can go to the URL that you see here. We're going to put it in the chat later, and you read it again and again as you need. But this is going to be on the NBA 2K website. Actually, I believe it already is right now. Both the blog and the video you just watched. So Stacks, I think this is your first time seeing the full blog, right? So let's scroll through it together with everybody tuning in here and talk through it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So first up, I want to know more about the Pro Play animations, just a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? We got to see it a little bit. We got to hear Mike talk about it a little bit. But it sounds like it's getting some big upgrades. And I'm sure just like the rest of the chat, I want to know what's going on with that.
Yep. And again, just for everybody in the chat asking about my team and my career, that's not going to come today. Today is all about gameplay. So stick around for gameplay and then come back as we announce when my career and my team news come. But yes, Pro Play animations. So the most important takeaway that I get from this blog is that there's 9,000 new Pro Play animations. And as Mike just mentioned in the video, that is all directly translated from real-world NBA footage and replacing our traditional mocap animations. So that is all in an effort to make NBA 2K25 even more authentic. So Pro Play first came last year in NBA 2K24, and now the dev team is taking it to the next level.
9,000. That's crazy. I don't even know how they do that. 9,000 new animations. That is insane, bro. That's crazy. I'm super excited to get my hands on it. I haven't even played it yet, so I want to know what that's looking like. I want to know what that's feeling like. Actually in my hands. But anyway, I heard Mike say in the video that there's a new dribble engine as well. We already know the community cares a lot about dribbling, but that new dribbling engine switch up. What is the biggest? I heard it's also the biggest change in 15 years, Evan. 15 years is a long time. A lot of people that play this game is younger.
I was surprised as well when I first heard this. 15 years, and I believe NBA 2K, we are now going into our 26th year, so 15 is still a long time in that. But as Mike explained earlier, in previous 2Ks, our dribble movement was managed by pre-scripted animation transitions that came from a library of mocap movements. But now, another thing powered by Pro Play, the new dribble engine instead generates dynamic motion from NBA footage, which creates a new and more authentic feel. I know our dev team can't wait for you all to experience this firsthand. You heard from Mike earlier, this is one of his favorite features, one of his 2 favorite features out of the many that they've been working on for gameplay this year. And in the little bits and pieces, I've been able to play NBA 2K25 myself. I know everybody thinks me and Stacks are playing 2K25 all year. We are not. We do not get to play it that much more than you all do before the game comes out. But in the little bits and pieces I've been able to play, this is the feature I'm excited about as well. I'm not even a dribbler. Everybody who tunes in every week in the chat knows I can't dribble. All I do is sit in the corner and shoot threes. But even me playing this, it makes me want to kind of learn how to dribble this year and perhaps no longer just be a corner sitter.
So two things stick out to me about this. Is the one is one of Mike Wang's favorite things, favorite new things about the game. So if it's one of Mike Wang's favorite new things, I'm super excited to get my hands on it and try it out myself. And also when I hear the word dynamic, it gives me the thoughts of the possibilities that's to come with this new dribbling engine. So I'm super excited for that. I'm ready. Like I said, I'm already ready to get my hands on it and play it. I might have to hit that button again. Make a couple phone calls so I can get the game. But anyway, next let's move on to offense and shooting. So there's a signature go-to shots now, and they looked really cool. I seen some of the Jason Tatum ones, the little side step to the shot. So that one's pretty cool.
Hey, TikTok, make sure y'all hit that like button and share the live and hit that follow button.
Let's talk about shot canceling a little bit more.
Yeah, so go-to shots is a fun one that I think everyone's going to benefit from. But along with that is this new shot canceling feature that you also heard Mike briefly mention in that video. Essentially, this lets you break out of any advanced shot at any time to transition into other moves. So together with everything we've talked about so far, so the go-to shots, the new dribble engine, and all the 9,000 new pro play animations, all of that is combining to really give our offensive players a very free-flowing experience and gives them more room to be creative, which I think many in the community have been asking for.
Yeah, so man, like
the combos is
gonna
go crazy.
Saying,
it's about to go absolutely
shot
crazy.
Canceling. I think that can be really cool, and also combined with the new dribble engine can take your game to the next level for real, man. You using that new dribble engine, go into the shot, signature shot cancel out of that.
David, what up? Welcome to the live, man.
There's going to be a lot of possibilities for moving on the court with the ball, and I'm super excited for that, man. I think that's going to be really, really cool. Next one is shot timing profiles. Again, just from that video we played earlier, I heard Mike explain the 2 setting options, but I think the chat, as well as myself, would like to know more about those.
Yeah, exactly. I saw the chat mention that as well. The context here is that over the past year and beyond, every year, we here on the community team and the dev team, we always receive a ton of feedback on shooting, right? Some players love when it's more challenging if they can benefit from it, but others, especially our friends who are newer to the game, find shooting to be too difficult. They go play multiplayer, they go into rack, and they can't hit a shot, right? So in NBA 2K25, there's a new setting called shot timing profiles, which allows you to customize the risk versus reward of your shot timing. So we're going to pull up the menu in just a second. There we go. So this is in the controller settings, and you can pick from difficulty based, which adjusts based on the overall game difficulty you're playing in, real player percentage, and then low, normal, or high risk reward. The Courtside Report blog has the full descriptions of what the difference is between low and high. But what we want to call out is that if you are a high skill or competitive player, we think you are going to want to take that high risk and reward option, which is green or miss. If you are consistently good at timing your shots,
we want that
you
green or
will
miss.
get the benefits by choosing this option versus if you chose low or normal risk reward.
Evan, that I think that creates a space for everyone to play. I think that's going to be really cool moving forward. I'm kind of curious as to which one of these I'm going to be using. I'm going to be testing them out a lot too to kind of really sink my teeth into it. But I'm excited for Evan. Do you know what you're
I see the chat saying they want us to explain it. So you know what? I'll pull up the blog. And
chat, Mike is back, man. Everybody on YouTube, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel.
This is from the blog. Y'all can read this yourself as well. But choosing low risk reward will provide more forgiving shot timing that emphasizes ratings, openness, and taking smart shots over the release of the button or stick. A mistimed shot could still go in, but the green make window will be smaller, making it more difficult to consistently have excellent timed releases. Choosing high risk reward will offer more challenging shot timing with green or miss outcomes. If you're consistently good at timing your shots, you are sure to reap big rewards by choosing this option. So that's how low and high works. I pulled that from the blog. Again, if you missed what I just said and you want to read it again, it is in the Courtside Report blog. But for now, what's next? What's next, Dax?
All right, so next I'm seeing something that I actually didn't hear in the video, and that's custom visual cues. Now we know what visual cues are from NBA 2K24, but now we have custom visual cues. So let's talk about
this
those.
Is why it is worth reading the blog. There's always stuff we can't
they
cover
might
in
have
full
cooked,
on a
chat.
video or
2K
even
might have
here.
cooked.
So that Courtside Report
They've
is
been
packed
cooking
with a lot of info. But custom cues is pretty cool. As Dax mentioned, last year the dev team added the new shot timing visual cue setting, which let you set your ideal shot release at either the jump, set point, push, or release animation cues of your jump shot. So we've now taken that to the next level. So in NBA 2K25, in the My Player Jump Shot Creator, you can actually set your visual cue to any point in the custom shot you've made. And then that point becomes where you release the shot button or shot stick. So it's custom cues in the sense that you pick what your cue is. If you don't like the exact point of the jump, set
That's
point,
tough, man.
push, or release, you can
That's
pick
tough.
where you
Anybody
want
of y'all,
the cue to be and what's
anyone
most
who's had
comfortable for
trouble
you when you're shooting.
shooting, now you can do custom visual cues. That's dope.
Not gonna lie, that I gotta say that's pretty fun.
That is dope.
Man. Custom visual cues. I didn't even was, but now hearing you explain it too, that sounds crazy, bro. Custom visual cues. Wow. Anyway, moving forward, I'll also talk about rhythm shooting and how that works exactly.
Yeah, so this is a big one. There's a brand new way to shoot. It's called Pro Stick Rhythm Shooting. And as you heard from Mike just a few minutes ago, he said this is one of his favorite new features in 2K25. But this rewards you for accurately mimicking each player's signature shooting motion using a down-up motion of the Pro Stick, the right stick on your controller. So the way it was explained to me that kind of helped me understand this is that the down-up is kind of like the down-up motion of doing a skill meter dunk from last year, except you have to do it while matching the shooting motion with when you go down with the stick and then back up. There is the full details in the blog. I think we have the screenshot here of how it explains it to you in the game. But as you can see here, you take the stick, you bring it down, and then you move it back up to match the speed of the jump shot as the shooter releases the ball. But as Mike said, a player who does master rhythm shooting is going to raise their ceiling and outplay someone who uses traditional shooting. So an anecdote that he told us is that when the dev team were first introduced to it, many of them thought it was too challenging. But then the devs who did stick with it and kept practicing now love it, and they're seeing their shooting percentages rise as they get better and better at this rhythm shooting and practicing with it. So we really do encourage everybody to give it a try when NBA 2K25 comes out, especially if you are trying to take your game to the next level. But you know what? Let's say you tried it for a whole season and you're really not getting it. Don't worry, all the other shooting methods from NBA 2K24 are still in the game. So we do think it is valuable to try out rhythm shooting, but if you're spending a whole lot of time on it and you really can't get it, you still do have the options from last year to customize the way you want to shoot.
So it just seemed like there's so many ways right now in the game to customize the way you shoot the ball. Like you have the custom visual cues and all the other things, rhythm shooting, all the other things, shot timing profiles, all the things that we just talk about. So many ways to customize shooting the ball. I'm super excited for that. But we talked about offense a lot. I think we talked about offense a lot. I think there's a lot of people that make lockdowns, builds, and worried about the defensive side of the ball that kind of want to hear a little bit about defense. So let's see what we got there, man.
All right. So the dev team has created this very cool defensive cutoff system. When you're on defense, you can now use that right stick and have your player quickly slide laterally to cut off someone attacking towards you. So if you're on defense and you read the ball handler and you can cut off their drive, you'll block them off, stonewall them, and you could even cause them to fumble the ball.
So I think it's so cool too, man, like about how when you watch a trailer, like how we watched this trailer fully earlier, there's a lot of things that you don't really pick up on in the trailer without the context. I know it's a lot of people's first time seeing it, so they kind of looking at how it looks visually, how the game looks visually. I noticed a lot of people was pointing out like Bronny and then like some Trae Young stuff in there as well. but there's a lot of things that they purposely put in these trailers like this right here to kind of display exactly what Evan was just talking about. So I'm happy we got to point this out a little bit, because this probably would have went over a lot of people's heads. So happy we got to really like dive in on that one a little bit. But I see a whole bunch here about AI gameplay. What is that? What is
Well,
what's
before we
going
get
on
into AI gameplay, there was one more thing that was actually in just the blog and not the video, which
Okay,
was
yeah.
the contest system, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Mike and the dev team made some big changes here. I see the chat sees contest system, and they already want to know more about it. But the contest system in NBA 2K25 now uses a dynamic weighting system rather than a fixed one, and that evaluates the impact of defense at the start of the shot versus the release, and then computes the proper coverage impact accordingly. And there's also improvements on how defensive coverage is calculated, which you can read about in the blog. But these changes are better reflecting what you see on your screen and reward you for playing good contests. You know what? Since the chat is asking, I'm just going to read this whole the full description of what has changed here. So this is from the blog. Again, I'm always reading from the blog here, but you will notice that perimeter and interior defensive ratings, as well as height differential, play a more important role in calculating defensive coverage. So that's what I meant when there's a different, there's been changes to how that coverage is calculated. So there you go.
All right, man. Perfect. See, I'm happy we got to highlight the defense a little bit. We was talking about shooting a whole bunch. Now we get to talk about defense. I know shot contest is another huge thing that a lot of people wanted to know a little bit more about as well. So happy we got to cover that. But now I'm back to that AI gameplay, Evan. What's going on with that? And what are some of the main things there?
So there's a big list of these that you can read through. We know this is something important to many of you all in the community, but I will call out some of my favorites. There's a new spacing engine that has over 20 adjustment locations from inside the three-point arc, which feeds the AI a constant stream of spacing information. And this leads to more lifelike results and better spacing for you on the court. So when you're running a play and you don't want your players to be running into you, they do respect the spacing much better now. Another one that I'm sure Glenn will be happy to hear is the cut to the basket logic for the AI has been improved to lessen untimely cuts to the rim in freelance by your AI teammates. And this leads to better driving lanes and drive and kick opportunities. I see the chat likes that one. One more is you now have the ability to save and share your playbooks with the community. I think I am personally going to benefit a lot from that one because I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to plays. So now our experts out there in the community can make a playbook, and then all I have to do is bring it up in the menus and run the plays and follow those X's and O's. Again, there is more here about AI gameplay that is talked about in the blog.
Oh, that's tough.
So we will be sending you there right after this.
Evan, it's really time to lock in now, man. Really time to lock in, man. I'm getting excited
What we got, Stacks?
hearing all of this stuff right here.
What we got, bro?
But last but not least, Mike talked a little bit about Learn 2K. I know every year we have a bunch of new people that haven't played 2K or just getting into the game. Let's talk about Learn 2K and how that can help those people, and even some of the people that play 2K a lot.
Yeah, so Learn 2K is a new mode. It's right on the main menu. And like the name suggests, it's going to help you learn 2K with mini games, drills, and practice scenarios. So don't just hear Learn 2K and think, you know what, I've been playing 10 years of NBA 2K. I don't need this. There is something here for everyone, as you can see here. If you're brand new, our dev team has created an awesome beginner-friendly tutorial to get you familiarized with NBA 2K, all the basic controls and everything you need to get you started. But even if you think you know everything, this is still a great place to test out the new mechanics we talked about today, such as rhythm shooting, right? If you're going to be trying out the rhythm shooting, come into Learn 2K, make sure you practice it there. You can have mini games and shot scenarios to make sure you master rhythm shooting before you go take it online. So we definitely encourage everybody to give it a try, whether you have been playing 10 years or more, or this is going to be your first year.
Yes, sir, man. So we got a lot of stuff going down right now. A lot of information was just said. I know it's probably difficult for a lot of people to hear all of that information, especially just hearing Evan talk for 90 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But no, the courtside report is available for you to go ahead and take a deeper dive in and to check it out as well. So make sure you guys do go and check out the Courtside Report. Also, we've been seeing a lot of questions in the Discord. I mean, in the chat right now. Make sure you go to our Discord to submit your questions. We have a Discord a channel open inside of our Discord for everyone to go and submit questions. So join the Discord if you haven't already. This is the perfect opportunity. If you want your question answered, maybe we'll go in there, jump in it, and maybe your question will be answered.
Yeah, man. Y'all think of them questions? Go drop them in the Discord. They're gonna be answering them.
But we have so much more to share soon. I know a lot of people was asking about my team and other things like that. Don't worry, we will be getting to those things. You know what I'm saying? The road to 2K25 is just starting here. Still a long road, man. We still got a long way to go, man. So make sure you guys lock in here. We're going to be streaming just like this for the key beats coming up. So make sure you guys stick around, man.
Yep. I see people in the chat asking about how to play early and all that. You might have missed it at the beginning. We talked about it in the very beginning of the show, so let's bring it up one more time. Don't forget, we have got early tip-off for NBA 2K25. So if you get it before September 6th, you can play up to 2 days early on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One, and PC. And this applies even if you already pre-ordered the game, and it does apply to all 4 editions of NBA 2K25 that you can see there on the left side of your screen.
All right. And before we get up out of here, man, I just want to thank everybody for coming through. We appreciate everybody sharing your opinions, but we still do want to hear you guys' opinions. After watching the trailer, after hearing the breakdown of the Courtside Report from Evan, hearing it from Mike Wing, we want to know what you guys' thoughts are on the gameplay reveals that we also today. What we thinking, chat? What we thinking?
Yep, so we do want to know what you think. So right after we sign off here, you're going to see a QR code on your screen to take a survey, and we'll also pin the link in the chat if you're on your phone. That way you can click it rather than scanning your phone. I guess it doesn't work out. But use that to let us know your thoughts. And don't forget, again, go into Discord with your questions about gameplay, anything that we didn't get to talk about here right now, or anything that's not mentioned in the blog when you go read through that. Drop it in our Discord, and maybe Mike Wang will be around to answer a few.
Also, just to stay up to date on the stream schedule, make sure you follow me, make sure you follow Evan, make sure you follow Zaro on Twitter or X if you want to stay up to date on when we'll be doing these streams as well, because we talk about these upcoming streams. Also, Twitch Drops was activated for the stream. We're not going to be able to go to full 90 minutes this time, but make sure you guys are here for the next stream to go ahead and try to complete your Twitch Drops activation. All right, so make sure you do all of those things, stay up to date. Any last words, Evan, before we get up out of here?
Nope, that's all I got. Gameplay's awesome. Shout out to Mike for coming in and making a little appearance with us. A very special guest appearance here. And we cannot wait for you all to hear about more on NBA 2K25. There's a lot more to talk about, and we got a few weeks to go before it comes out on September 6th. Or if you get early tip-off, you can play from September 4th.
All right, man. Make sure you guys, like I said, stick around, follow us, and until next time, we out, man. Stick around. We're gonna raise somebody as well, so stick around and peace. Till next time. Well, really tomorrow.
See y'all.
We'll be live again tomorrow.
All right, y'all. So as you can see, we got tons of new features coming into 2K. We got 9,000 new pro play animations. You know, 2K25 is looking good. We got some new shooting mechanics. We got a whole new entire dribble system. You know, it's looking fire so far. So with that being said, man, if you're on TikTok, do me a favor, hit that follow button. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you got that post notification bell turned on, because 2K's been in the lab cooking. Now I'm finna start cooking. As soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna start working on a video for today. Anybody that didn't catch the live stream, I will be covering all this information, and then we'll also be going through the Courtside Report and breaking down that as well. So make sure you got that post notification bell turned on so you don't miss out the future uploads on 2K25, because I will be dropping news as soon as I can get my hands on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and then I'll see y'all later today with the video covering everything that we just watched today. Hope y'all have a blessed one. Y'all be easy.